From the world headquarters of Fox News, it's The Kelly File with Megyn Kelly.
A head-turning story out of the State University of New York at Binghamton tonight. Resident advisors there being offered an optional training course called Stop White People 2K16. Supposedly this is diversity training, but some say it's actually racist. Ben Shapiro joins me now, an attorney and editor-in-chief of the Daily Wire, which broke this story. Ben, good to see you. What's this about?
So basically, there was a resident assistant program, a training program. 40 to 50 RAs attended it, and the goal was to teach all of these RAs how to deal with white privilege and all of the racism inherent on the campus, to explain that reverse racism didn't really exist, and to correct the misconceptions of all of what they called the undereducated people who think things like white privilege is a buzzword for leftism, and that people should actually be treated equally without regard to their race. So this is just plain leftist politics under the guise of re-education by a bunch of resident assistants. The university says, of course, that they had nothing to do with the content, but they assured everybody that retroactively there was nothing really objectionable. They were just using the term "stop white people" facetiously.
It was a joke. Stop. I mean, can you imagine if there was a program like "Stop Black People"? The reaction that we'd get at a state at a publicly funded university.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is absurd, of course. I mean, if you even try to give a lecture sponsored by a group on campus that has anything to do with race, there's a good shot that you'll be protested and shut down.
Yeah, as you know, firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. They can actually run a program called Stop White People 2K16, and it's totally fine, neglecting, of course, the fact that most of the taxpayers in the state of New York are white and therefore subsidizing their education. Presumably most of the people giving the grants
to
the State University of New York are white.
But this is what the student says. So the student group says, this is Vice President for Student Affairs, says, look, it wasn't anti-white. We're trying to improve people's ability to handle conflicts around the issues of diversity and race, and it was very respectful. And, you know, only a couple people complained.
Oh, to whom? Respectful to whom? Again, as you say, I mean, you title this thing "Stop Black People," and the entire country shuts down. President Obama sends the DOJ to investigate. You call it "Stop White People," and that's just another way of expressing yourself. It's just a way of bringing up conflict. I mean, listen, this is the sort of intellectual rigor that I would expect from the Harvard of Binghamton, but nonetheless, it's not exactly, I think, an even playing field with regard to white and black at these state universities.
Right, they're saying only a couple people, you know, had, quote, mixed reaction, but what about those who didn't feel comfortable saying, hey, because they're worried they're going to be called a racist if they say, I don't really like this, it's making me feel uncomfortable. Ben, great to see you. We'll continue to follow it, and we'll be right back with a preview of Julian tomorrow night.